Sports betting brother, and hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, sports betting market analyst with oddsjam.com. We teach you how to bet like a pro using all the tools, all the data, all the information at OddsJam, which is amazing. And today we're talking about positive EV. What is positive EV? And also, what is negative EV? And we're going to follow it up with CLV in a different video tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that. But today's positive EV and negative EV, and I want to go through these terms because once you grasp them and have a handle on them, you'll be using them for everything. All right, guys, quick value add for you here. If you haven't had a chance to use the free 7 days of a trial basis at OddsJam, you get 7 days to use this tool. It has a ton of information, a ton of good things that you're going to enjoy while you make money in sports betting using these betting tools. Once you decide it's for you after that 7 day window, make sure you sign up and use Boyd20, BOYD20. It's going to get you 20% off your first 2 months of this subscription with OddsJam to help you get the mathematically proven and profitable bets. Football season. What a great time to be using this, right? So there you go. Use that QR code and get you 20% off. And let's go talk about positive EV. Okay, guys, here we are at the positive expected value page of OddsJam. OddsJam provides the percent edge that is mathematically calculated in the markets for a particular event. This is the point spread bet with UCF and Kansas State in football. You can see here plus 127 are the odds at Sport Trade. And Sport Trade is a betting exchange in Colorado, New Jersey, and so they have that posted and ready to go. Now, what you'll do is you can see that the market width is also 20. So these are all really, really encouraging and favorable things relative to the markets and how this is priced. It's under 25. That's encouraging. This is a really, really high number, a 6.57, and a nice positive odds. You get the best pricing. So that's a positive expected value situation. The complete opposite would be the case if it was a negative EV. So negative EV is just taking the worst case pricing, the worst case scenario, and actually having the house having the advantage on you versus you having the advantage on them. And that's what basically positive EV does. So one thing you look at here is the implied probability calculator at OddsJam. And so certainly if your pricing is at plus 103, as you can see here, the probability on that event happening is at 49.26%. Now, strangely enough, again, that was about 127 mark. It says there's only a 44% chance of that winning, but you're getting paid the plus 127, so you're getting paid the odds on a probability that is much higher. So that's a positive expected value situation. So anytime your probability is much different, let's say, for example, this was 33%, it's going to change this. These odds should be plus 203. Okay, so you can really understand the probability and the pricing and the odds. That's why this is such a critical thing to understand, that what OddsJam does is just amazing, putting the values out here and the prices at the various price points. So this is the current market value on this bet that we talked about with K-State and UCF, and the line that has moved. The line's changed. When it first opened up, it was at plus 6.5, minus 6.5. Well, the line has moved towards UCF, and you can see that right here. And in fact, as you go to the OddsJam Perfect Line and the Pinnacle, their odds are more at plus 4.5. So that's a big difference between the 4 and the 6 and the 7, those key numbers. Not so much in college football, but you can tell here the pricing has really changed. So what this is saying is the pricing is going towards UCF. Ideally you would have got on the 6.5, which I will say we did. We actually placed that wager earlier at UCF plus 6.5, which it makes this a bit of an art and a science, because do you take K-State minus 6.5? Now you get paid positive money, whereas you would have been paid minus 110, minus 120. So this line is moved, it is really strongly adjusted. So this is where the art and the science comes into play, where do you even still use this bet or place this bet, because you're getting the odds that it opened at, and now they're much worse. Even though this is showing great indicators to maybe place this bet, it's something to really think about. I'll give you another example. Let's scroll on down here. We have an MLB game. You have plus 170, and you have awesome market width at 14, and you have 3.24 solid percentage. The challenge that I see here is, this plus 170 and the other best price is plus 157. Let's go take a look at that. So at plus 157, the implied probability is 38, call it 39%. So you're, 4 out of 10 you're hitting. So now at plus 170, this goes to 30. It's about 3% less. But your pricing is substantially different. Would you rather pay $170 or $150? So that's the difference in how you kind of quantify and calculate what you want to do. If you feel really strongly that Cleveland's going to win the game, why in the world would you ever go place a bet at plus 157 or 158 when you could go to Circa and hit plus 170? This is what OddsJam does for you. It gives you the options and the choices. And if you don't have these sports books signed up and lined up in your phone or on your laptop to utilize, you're missing out on the options and the choices and the availability. So that's very, very important to have the best position available to put yourself in a positive EV scenario by having all these choices. If you don't have these choices, you're stuck with this plus 140 at Fliff as opposed to maybe the plus 170 at Circa. So that's another key. Let's talk about negative EV next. It's complete opposite, but it's something to very much understand just conceptually. All right, guys, let's talk about negative EV. Negative EV is anything you do that's not helpful. Basically, you're taking bets that have bad pricing, bad odds, bad lines. That's negative expected value. You're really anticipating, you should anticipate a poor result. And that can have to do with anything. That can have to do with your day-to-day heuristics, your day-to-day, decisions and things you do. Really dumb decisions are negative EV. Really good decisions are really positive things that help you get to where you want to go. That's positive EV. So at the end of the day, whether it's math like you're doing in the sports wagering and odds and things like that, putting yourself in a good position by taking good bets and not taking bad lines, that's positive EV. Doing the opposite, if you're not doing it, all of it can be considered negative EV. Now, I want to wrap up this positive EV, negative EV thing here at the Bet Tracker. You can see here at the Bet Tracker, it shows your current odds. This is actually my Bet Tracker that I use personally, and want to just show you, kind of expand on some of the early bets I got in for this particular week. So the green is good. It shows you the odds. It got the bet in at, and it's nice because it gives you the closing line value, which is a video we'll have for you tomorrow talking about closing line value. So the green is good. Red is not so good, although you'll find that over the course of time, these are all my pending bets, you'll find that even though you have some red, and that's not great, still win. And even though you have some positive EV in green, sometimes you lose. So this is a great way to kind of see where you're doing and see how you're doing, and maybe the markets, the sports books, using this to where you can find the most positive EV. What sports books are providing you the most positive EV? Maybe the timing of it, the bet type. All this is really helpful information to understand what you got your bet in at and what kind of a scenario is at. So use this tool as well to identify the positive expected value going forward. Also your CLV, which will have a video for you tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. And let's go make some mathematical money.